start the recipe by adding apples right into the caramel sauce. All in all, I've got about 3 chopped apples here. Now for the caramel, you add 1 glass of sugar and just mix until the apple is cooked into the caramel. The tip here is to cook on low heat until the apples become nice and soft. And you can see here that just after a few minutes, the apples are ready. You can turn the heat off, and we're going to take these apples and put them into a baking dish. I've already prepared this by adding some butter and flour. We're going to dump in that fruit and caramel sauce, and you want to spread the apples well all over the baking dish. Be careful not to burn yourself. This is super hot. Once it's spread out, we're going to leave it to cool for a few minutes. And while that's cooling down, we're going to prepare our cake batter. In a bowl, let's add 3 eggs. We're also going to need a tablespoon of cinnamon and half a cup of sugar, along with half a cup of oil and half a cup of water. Now all you have to do is mix until it's well combined. It's a simple and quick recipe, and the taste is so surprising and yummy. All right, after mixing, we're going to add in some flour. This is a total of 2 cups of flour, and we're going to combine everything using a whisk. Now, when your batter is nice and smooth, we know that it's ready. This is the texture that we're after. Once it reaches this point, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of baking powder and mix everything together until that baking powder disappears, but you don't want to overmix it. We just want to mix it until it's combined. All right, once everything is well combined, our cake batter is ready. Now all we have to do is add that batter right on top of that apple mixture and just gently pour it on top like this. This cake already smells so wonderful, and we haven't even baked it yet. You want to add all of that batter, and I promise you're going to love the smell of this cake. Cinnamon is certainly our special ingredient here. Your batter is going to smell so good too. Now you can add more cinnamon if you like, and spread that batter on top until the apples are completely covered. And now it is time to bake, so we're going to bake this in the oven at 320 degrees for 30 to 40 minutes. And you want to keep a close eye on your cake because you do not want it to burn. As soon as it's golden brown, you know that you can take that cake out of the oven. All right, our cake is ready. In my oven, it baked for about 30 minutes. Now, with the help of a plate, we're going to carefully remove the cake from the pan. Wait for the cake to cool down before removing it because we want to make sure it is good to go. And look at that, absolutely beautiful. I told you this cake is worth making at home. Does this not look absolutely amazing? The apples are candied and they're super tasty. Let's cut into this. Plus, that cake underneath is fluffy and moist. My mouth is watering. The cake just smells like apples and cinnamon. You've got to call your family over. I know they are going to be extremely impressed with you with this recipe. Look how beautiful. Bon appetit.